In this Getting Started video, we'll show you how to connect your existing Outlook 2007 or 2010 to your Office 365 mailbox. In an earlier video, we saw from running the desktop setup, which is in the PC and Mac section, and in desktop setup here, that the desktop setup told us we had some manual steps to complete. And we can find those manual steps by clicking the Learn More link. And within that article we can find some steps specific to connecting Outlook to your new Office 365 mailbox. The beginning of these instructions talk about connecting Outlook 2013, and if you scroll to the bottom, you'll have step-by-step instructions for connecting to the other versions of Outlook 2007, 2010. Now we're on a computer which has Outlook 2010, and we're going to follow those instructions. It's important to note that you shouldn't try to connect your email to Office 365's mailboxes until you've run the desktop setup. So there's a further note about that. So scrolling down to this article, it says asks how to set up a Exchange connection to your email in Outlook 2010 and 2013. And Office 365 is an Exchange connection hosted in the cloud. So I'm going to step you through those instructions now. If you've got Outlook running already and you're running Outlook 2010 and you haven't connected to a Exchange mailbox before, you'll start it up, and for the first time it will give you a wizard to be able to connect to that mailbox. And if you need to go in and adjust those settings, or if you have to go manually into finding it, that is new. New email account. At this point you can pop in the display name. And your email address will be much shorter than that. And the password twice. And using some records on the internet, Outlook will look for its configuration, find where the server is supposed to be that it will connect to. It will add the mailbox, it will authenticate and make that connection. And this process can take a few minutes depending on your internet speed. So there we go, it's logged onto the server and it's connected. And we need to restart Outlook for that to take effect. So at this point we are prompted for the password again, and when we enter the password this time we're going to tick the box to remember credentials, so that whenever we open Outlook in the future we won't be prompted for those credentials. The only other time that you will be prompted is when your password expires and you'll be asked to enter the new password that you've created, and we'll cover renewing that password in another video. So being that it's the first time that you've connected to your mailbox, Outlook prepares and gets the mailbox settings and begins to populate that mailbox. In my case is a second mailbox there, the other Exchange connection that I had. So my new mailbox can be found in my mailbox lists. That's Bob, and here's Bob's inbox. Now one other thing that I'll show you with adding a new Exchange account is that sometimes you may want to create a completely new profile so that you don't have other connections to other Exchange accounts, and you just want your Office 365 account to be in a separate place and prompt to open separately within Outlook when you start it. So we're going to go into the control panel and change this view to category. Remember, we're doing this on a Windows 7 machine, but in the control panel within XP and other machines you will also see a similar Mail 32-bit application. And in this case we want to create a new profile, so we click on Show Profiles, and most Outlooks will have an Outlook profile created as a default. We're going to call this one Office 365 0365. So it's the same as earlier. Pop in the username, which is also your email address, password twice, click Next. It goes away and searches for those settings, logs onto the server and creates the connection to the new mailbox. So now that we've created a new profile for Outlook, we have two choices. We can either tell it to start using the Office 365 one and opening that automatically, or we can prompt for a choice of which profile. I'm going to choose prompt so I can show you the difference. Now that we start Outlook up, we have a prompt of choosing which email profile to use. So this is a nice way of keeping a backup of your settings from your previous accounts that you may have been connected to, or keeping it separate from your Office 365 account. So this will go through the process of creating a new connection to the mailbox for the first time, downloading the settings, and this time the mailbox will only contain the Office 365 mailbox within Outlook. So there we have Bob's mailbox. That's how you connect existing Outlook 2010 software to your new Office 365 mailbox. In another video we'll cover how to do the same process with Outlook 2007. Thanks for watching.